Get outside your comfort zone. So first, you're already outside of your comfort zone by coming to the United States. So that is number one, commendable in itself. Keep pushing yourself while you're here. You want to meet new people, try new things. And it's okay to always bring a friend with you. So bring a friend with you and try new things. That would be my second piece of advice. You can. In fact, at the University of Dayton, so many of our students are involved in music. We wouldn't even have an orchestra without our engineering students.
What kind of engineer you are looking at as an industry standard? Like what kind of engineer industry is looking nowadays?
I agree with you on your daughter's safety. I myself have a daughter who just completed a civil engineering program at the University of Dayton, and her safety was my utmost concern as well. That's not the case at all, ever the case, but it's okay to feel that way sometimes. And we talk to you about how do you put those feelings aside and be confident in yourself as a woman in a STEM field.
Namaste dosto. How are you all? This is Darshan Shah, your host of Abroad Gnan Guru and the Study in US podcasting. In this podcast, we have discussed a lot about engineering program. In India, each and every year, 10 lakh plus students are graduating in engineering. And out of that, lots of students are planning to go and study abroad in the Master of Engineering, Master of Technology in USA. And they always have a concern, like what are the top based engineering program. Even 12 students who are completing their 12th PCM right now and planning to study in USA engineering program, and they are just confused. Which program need to take? Which program have a good opportunity, long-term opportunity? Students always have a concern about where they will get the more return on investment. We have amazing guest on our podcast, Ms. Laura Bistrek. She is a director of engineering at University of Dayton. Welcome, Laura, on our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Today we are going to talk about engineering program at University of Dayton. And what are the top 3 undergraduate engineering program at University of Dayton?
Yes, our most popular undergraduate engineering programs at the University of Dayton are our mechanical engineering programs, our civil engineering programs, and our electrical and computer engineering programs.
Wow.
Within all of those, we have over 30 minors and concentrations that you can focus your area of study within those programs.
Okay, I think that's a fantastic things about major or minor, and also lots of confusion in the market. Like, I want you to explain what is major and what is minor, and how to select the major and how to select the minors.
Perfect. So starting with what is your major? At the University of Dayton, we have a holistic undergraduate major. So your degree will be in mechanical engineering, and you'll get core curriculum throughout all aspects of mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Where your minor comes in is we have technical electives where you get to specialize in up to 12 credit hours in a specific topic. So for example, some popular minors that we have are semiconductor manufacturing, biomechanical engineering, bioengineering, renewable energy, and the list goes on and on, construction, and on and on. So really, whatever area that you're interested in, you can specialize in that through our minors.
Okay, and it's going to add a cost as well?
No, that adds no cost, and it adds no time to your graduation either.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's incorporated into your undergraduate curriculum.
Wow, and how many credits student need to complete to get the bachelor degree at Dayton?
Yes, so all of our engineering degrees are right around 120 credit hours. And what's great about that is with that 120 credit hours, it gives you time to not only complete your bachelor's degree and your minor, but gives you some extra time to explore other areas that you might have interest in.
Okay. And like, now the question is that when we are talking to parents about the major and minors, they always have a concern that when my student is graduating, like that, all the information will go on their diploma or not?
Yes, absolutely. So your diploma will have your major degree. So it'll say, for example, mechanical engineering. Your transcript will have your minor on that as well.
Okay, I think that's a fantastic information. It's a very eye-opening thing for all the students and parents, because I have seen lots of online content, but no one is giving the trustable information about major and minor. I think that's a fantastic information you have shared. Thank you so much. Also, regarding the minor, we have seen one student came to us and they are asking, like, can I take a minor in music? Is it possible?
You can. In fact, at the University of Dayton, so many of our students are involved in music, we wouldn't even have an orchestra without our engineering students.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
so we, with having the 120 credit hours, you have time in your curriculum to pursue a minor outside of engineering as well. So
Oh,
typically
okay.
a minor outside of engineering would be an additional 12 to 18 credit hours. And so within engineering, you'd be taking anywhere from about 15 credit hours a semester. So by adding one more course a semester and going up to about 18 credit hours, you can fit in another minor.
Oh, okay. Wow. I think that's a fantastic information because we have seen in lots of Indian IITs and NITs, students are having orchestra band. They are having an interest of going in music.
Yes.
Some students are in singing and they are not getting credits. But I
Yes.
think over here you are getting credits as well as you are getting a minor courses. I think that's a fantastic opportunity for all the
Absolutely.
students if they want to explore their area of interest.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what the reality of the diversification and the selection of the courses, because that's the beauty of US, I can say about it.
It is. And at the University of Dayton specifically, we want students to pursue their interests and their passions. It's part of what makes our curriculum unique and allowing students to do that, and we support that.
Okay. As when I have asked you about like top 3 undergrad program and you have mentioned about mechanical, it's I am a little bit curious why you have mentioned first program as a mechanical, because if I have learned the number of podcasts and everyone is saying that number one program is computer science.
Yes.
Why mechanical? Can you elaborate more on that?
Sure. So at the University of Dayton, computer science is extremely popular. That's actually located in our College of Arts and Sciences, not in the School of Engineering.
Oh, okay.
So that would be equally as popular as our mechanical engineering program. Both computer science and our engineering programs are both ABET accredited, top quality programs.
Wow. And can you give me just give me a number, how many undergraduate program you are providing?
Yes, so in the School of Engineering, we have close to 1,500 undergraduate students.
Okay. And another question I have, we have seen lots of time that engineering department having computer engineering, but not a computer science.
Right?
And arts department having computer science. Can you tell me why is it different? Because in India, this degree, computer science and computer engineering, following under engineering department only.
That's correct. And at some U.S. universities, that's the case as well.
Yes, some
But
universities that's the case,
Yeah, at the University of Dayton, in the School of Engineering, we have both electrical engineering and computer engineering housed under the same department.
Yes.
Computer science housed under the College of Arts and
Arts,
Science.
yeah.
You can think of it kind of like a pyramid. Computer science is going to be your most specific degree. It's really going to focus on the programming, the languages, and what you can do with that from your physical computer, right?
Right.
At the bottom of the pyramid, the most broad is electrical engineering, right? So you're
yes.
thinking of more of your hardwares, your control systems.
Yes.
Computer engineering is in the middle of that pyramid. It's actually a marriage or a mixture between computer science and electrical engineering.
Right,
And in fact, with our computer engineering curriculum, half the courses are taught through our computer science department and half are taught through our engineering program.
And that means students need to take courses in arts department as well as in the engineering department.
That's correct.
Right. Okay. Now, regarding the undergraduate degree, we have heard lots of myth, and when parents are coming to us, they are asking one questions like, can it possible my daughter and my son can wrap up the 4-year degree in 3 years, or maybe wrap up their 4-year degree in 5 years?
Yes, so both are possible. So
Okay.
you can do it in less time than the 4 years. That's going to depend what type of transfer credits that you may come in with. So if
Okay.
you're coming in with any transfer credits, that is possible to accelerate the program.
Okay.
Students could take longer to graduate for 5 years if you choose to do our bachelor's plus master's program. So you
Okay,
can finish
okay.
a bachelor's and a master's in engineering in 5 years.
Okay.
How we do that, the master's degree adds 10 courses to your curriculum. To accelerate that, if you do the bachelor's plus master's program, you can double count 3 of those courses towards both your bachelor's and your master's degree, which
Wow.
leaves you 7 master's level courses to finish in your 5th year.
Okay. Or rather than taking 10 master courses, they have to take only 7 master courses.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, well,
Okay.
you're taking 10 master's courses. 3 of those will be at the master's level while you're an undergraduate, and it counts both for your undergraduate and your graduate degree.
Oh, okay. I think that's a fantastic information. And also, I would like to ask you about, as you are director of engineering department, right? How do you see the future of engineering? Because Currently, AI is taking over everything.
Yes.
Lots of people are, I think they are under the trauma that AI is going to take over our jobs. Student is also feeling that AI is going to disrupt everything. What's your take on that? Because you are in this field since long time.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm an engineer myself as
Oh, wow.
well, too. So, to quote our dean, the world needs more engineers and is always going to need more engineers. We have to know how to make sure that AI is doing the right things and that we're making AI do things appropriately, right? I can't tell you the number of times that you still put prompts into AI and it gives you an answer. And as an engineer, you have to be smart enough to know, is what we're getting right or not right? What we will do is use AI to maximize our efficiencies and make our work better, but that is not going to by any means eliminate the needs for engineers in the future. If anything, we're going to need more engineers.
Oh, wow. And what kind of engineer you are looking at as an industry standard? Like what kind of engineer industry is looking nowadays?
Yes, and so that's where the University of Dayton really works to meet industry's needs. So we are a Catholic Marianist university. We educate an engineer that is work ready in the Catholic Marianist tradition. What that means is, number one, yes, you are going to get a top-notch technical engineering education, but we're also going to educate you to think ethically. We're going to educate you to think what are the implications of your engineering designs on society. We're going to teach you how can you positively impact society through your engineering designs and decisions. We're also going to educate the work-ready engineer, which means you need to have all of the soft skills that go along with your technical skills.
Wow.
When a company is looking to hire you as an engineer, you could have the most impressive technical resume, but if you can't communicate, you can't interact, you can't work with your clients, you're not going to be successful.
Right.
So we work with you on all of those skills, starting from in our first engineering course in your first year through your capstone design project. In both of those courses, you have real-world engineering clients who are hiring us as the University of Dayton to deliver a product for them.
Nice. I think I think this is the best answer I have gotten so far about about the students and how you are catering your international students. I think the ready with the market, having a soft skill, having a leadership, and if you are investing that much in students is really great. And because in real world we have seen that this skill you have, but the management skill is required, soft skill is required, and I think you are doing amazing task on that. I think like career service is taking part in this kind of development, or who is taking care at your university to develop the students soft skill, leadership skills, and all kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely. We take a multi-pronged approach. So number one, we do have an amazing career services office that serves all students across the university. They host 2 major career fairs each year. They offer workshops with students to develop exactly the soft skills that you're talking about. We also do things specifically in the School of Engineering. So we have our own dedicated engineering co-op and internship office, which works with students on preparation for their placements and experiential learning. We have one specific representative in that office that works with our international students and has relationships with companies that hire for CPT.
Oh, okay.
That same office offers a seminar for our undergraduates in your sophomore year that's required of all students. That's all about getting ready for that job search process. It's practicing your interviews, practicing your speech about yourself to introduce yourself to employers, and working with you on those skills. We also have integrated throughout our curriculum, our departments work on developing the soft skills in our technical courses.
Wow. I think that's a great and amazing information for all the students and parents if you like to do bachelor degrees in Dayton, because they are investing heavily on students, not on the technical side, but they are also investing on the professional skills development and everything. And if you want to learn more about University of Dayton, comment University of Dayton into chat box and we will provide you entire detail. And also one good news that application fee waiver is available, and engineering program, limited program is there and still open for fall 2025 intake. This is the last chance. Don't miss it, guys. Now, we have seen in India, in first year in engineering, all the students are doing the common courses. And from second year onwards, or maybe after second semester, they are taking the specializations. Maybe some like to go in mechanical, some like to go in computer science, IT, chemical. Like, does your university have the same facilities? Like, does student can change the major after first year or first semester? It is possible.
Yes, absolutely. So once you're admitted into our School of Engineering, you have the entire first year if you decide to change your mind within another engineering major.
So that means
So our-
that means student is getting into mechanical engineering, and they are in second year they can transfer to computer science. It is possible.
Again, computer science is in another
In the arts,
college.
okay, yeah,
and
sure.
so we work with the advisors in the College of Arts and Sciences if they would like to change. That transition from an engineering to computer science is usually seamless because it's all similar prerequisites
Okay, so I think
to get
students.
into the programs.
Yeah,
But yeah, within our engineering program, the whole first year you can change. There's no caps on number of students.
Wow.
You're not competing to get into a certain number of positions that we have in that major.
Wow, I think that's a flexible course structure I can say about it.
Yeah, again, and with us working holistically with all of our students, we have a group of advisors that are with our students for all 4 years. They're working with those students from their first year seminar that they run to make sure that the students are in the right major that's right for them, making sure they're making the right decision for themselves. All of our academic advisors are engineers. They've worked in industry, and so they really understand how to communicate with the students what you can do at the different degrees and making sure the students are in the right place for them.
Wow. I think that's a great thing, and it's a flexibility of the selecting the majors. I think students, most of the time it happens in India or maybe with lots of students that initially they are interested in mechanical, and after learning, after like attending the 1 year, they feel like I am good at the electrical engineering or chemical engineering, and it's fantastic that you guys are providing that opportunity to change the major.
Absolutely.
I think for I think this is amazing news for all the students because you are not losing your credits. You don't have to invest more in that because sometimes there are the credit loss as well if you are changing the major. But I don't think so there is a credit loss if they are changing the major in engineering.
There is no credit loss at all. So you have that entire first year to do that without being behind or having any credit loss. And
Wow.
we really want to make sure that the student is placed into the major that's right for them. And the first year is the time to explore that. And we help them do that.
Oh, great. Now, let's talk about females and women because in India, it's a tradition to it's a tradition that if they are sending any females or daughters or teenager female to US at an early age, they always feel safety and security as a topmost concern.
Yes.
And also we have seen that the females are not traveling a lot for undergraduate program rather than they are traveling for the grad program. But if any, because our podcast is watched by lots of parents,
Yes.
teenager, adults, women, female, what advice you can give to them? How safe is your campus, and how dynamic your engineering department? Because we have seen that you are an engineer. I know
Yes.
I am also an engineer. It's always we have seen lots of female character in the engineering field, right?
Yes.
And that's a concern. All have it.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. So first to the parents, I agree with you on your daughter's safety. I myself have a daughter who just completed a civil engineering program at the University of Dayton, and her safety was my utmost concern as well.
Wow.
So first, the campus is a very safe campus. Our students are comfortable walking at night. We always advise our women students to make sure you're walking in pairs or call a friend. But we have campus safety that patrols the campus as well. But it's a very safe campus. I felt comfortable for my daughter walking on campus at all hours. We also have, through our office in engineering, our women engineering program,
Okay.
where we're working with students to make sure that they feel a sense of belonging and they can bring any concerns to us. One of our signature programs in your first year is our Women in Science and Engineering
Okay.
Learning Living Community. So in our first year residence hall, we have a community for women in STEM that all live together. We have about 90 girls that come in each year that choose to live in this community. So you live together. We cohort the women into a couple of your core engineering and science courses together. And then we also do programming with the students. And
Wow.
so each first year student is assigned an upper class women in STEM mentor, and we do mentoring activities together. And we also bring in women STEM professionals to do activities with our students.
Wow. Okay, let's learn now. As you have mentioned about the women's safety, security, and the amazing cohort program you guys are organizing, right? But how it is going to help for the woman or female character or the daughters, and what skills they are going to develop? If you can share about it.
Yes, and so through our women engineering program, we offer a lot of programming around professional development and social activities for our students. So some examples of professional development skills, we do a dinner with women STEM professionals twice a semester where the students get to come in and have dinner with our professionals and learn about their careers, but also what skill sets they're going to need to develop, and talk to other women who have encountered questions about difficulties or setbacks that they may have had and how they helped deal with those. So we do that. We also do workshops on things like salary negotiation seminars, right? And so it's often sometimes difficult for women to want to negotiate the salaries that you're offered. So we do workshops to help you benchmark what your salary offer is, what the benefits are, how you can see what the standard salaries are for students in a first-time position in those fields, and practice negotiating those. We also do an imposter syndrome workshop, right? Sometimes it's easier to feel like maybe you're not good enough as a woman in STEM. That's not the case at all, ever the case, but it's okay to feel that way sometimes. And we talk to you about how do you put those feelings aside and be confident in yourself as a woman in a STEM field.
Wow, I think that's a great advice, or I can say about this great program, because to focusing on the woman in STEM nowadays is very essential, but no one is taking care of that particular program, and you are implementing and having this program is a great opportunity for all the women. I think if you like to apply to University of Dayton, then comment University of Dayton to chat box and we will provide you all the details. If you could give parents one piece of advice, what would it be?
Sure, with regards to safety or?
Regards to safety, yeah.
Oh, sure. So talk to your students about just making smart decisions. So the University of Dayton is a very safe campus, but make sure that you're locking your doors at night, locking your windows. Make sure if a friend or a roommate knows when you're walking back from the library, and everything will be okay. The other piece of advice that I have for students or for parents just in general is to let your children explore. Their first year is their time to figure out, to make sure what type of engineering major they would like to be. And it's okay if they change their mind. We have a safety net built in place to let the students change their mind in their first year. It's also great, and at the University of Dayton, we encourage our students to explore interests outside of engineering. We want our students to, number one, again, have a top-notch engineering education, but to be able to explore those interests in music or in athletics or other activities. Getting involved in other activities outside of engineering alone is something our employers are actually looking for. They don't want a student who has only been involved in academics their entire time. So U.S. employers are really looking for a well-rounded student. And so encouraging your students to get involved in other activities is important.
Right. And what are the in your life, maybe you have talked with lots of international students, you have counseled lots of international students. Like, what are the top three mistake undergraduate students are making when they are selecting courses or they are while they are studying as well?
Yes. So in that choice of major?
Yeah, choice of major. Also, when they are studying, what are the top three mistakes they are making?
Okay. When they're studying, the top three mistakes that they're making. So number one, go to your professor's office hours. In the U.S., your professors want to get to know you. At the University of Dayton, your professors want to get to know you on a personal level. Your professors will have office hours. We work with our students. This is another workshop we do through our Women Engineering program. How do you go to your professor's office hours in the first week and introduce yourself? Talk to them about your professional goals. Ask them about their research and what they're doing. That it makes it easier when you start to have questions in the class. You already have a relationship developed with that professor, and you can go to them for help in the class. So that's number one. Go to your professor's office hours. Number two, our students that are coming in, including our students from India, are extremely smart. It takes a different level of applying yourself in college to be successful in college. And there will become a time in college where you actually will struggle and will fail something for the first time ever. And that's okay. But that's when you have to speak up and let us know, how can we help you? And we're here at the University of Dayton to do that. We also intentionally have some checks. We do midterm grade checks at the university. And so if you're not speaking up and letting us know you're struggling, we'll actually see that. And then we'll seek you out and say, you're struggling. What can we help you with? The third thing is, again, get to know your other classmates, right? And so you want to not only stay with students in your own community. We have very active Indian Student Association. At the university, we have our Women Engineering program. So there's a lot of ways to be with people that are like yourself, but it's important to get to know other people in your classrooms as well.
Right. Okay, as you mentioned about like students are making mistake, they are not going to see their professors. But lots of students are asking us that we know everything. Why we have to go to see professor? What is the reason to meet the professor? I think that's a misconception or myth student having. Can you just burst it right now? Why they have to contact the professors? Why they have to see the professors?
Yes, and absolutely. And seeing the professor when you don't have any questions is actually the ideal time to start. So, like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
you're starting to build that relationship. That way, if you ever do come into a point where you have questions in the class, you know who to go to. But also, there's going to become a point where you're going to need recommendation letters for something.
Yes.
And it is really hard to ask a professor that only knows you from sitting in your class and grading your work for a recommendation.
Right.
You want your faculty to know you on a professional level. You're going to need recommendations for graduate school applications. You're going to need recommendations for employment, and you're going to need recommendations if you're applying for other scholarship opportunities as well. So getting to know your professors is really important, even if you don't have questions in the class.
Now, this is a great piece of advice because we lots of India students are smart and couple of students are over smart. Then over smart also having the same situation and same understanding that why should I have to go and reach out to professor because I know everything. I think when you need letter of recommendation, you must have a good rapport with the professor. And I think if you have a rapport with the professor, definitely you will get the good opportunity as well. Maybe sometimes they recommend you to the company.
Yes.
Maybe they will hire you for their grading.
Absolutely. I was just going to share that.
Yeah.
And so you want the professor to know you because if you are performing well in your in the professor's class, they are going to want to hire you to be their graders or their teaching assistants. Or our undergraduate faculty are also doing active research. So if you're looking to stay on for our master's degree through bachelor's plus master's, there are funded positions for graduate assistants. And then again, that takes getting to know your professors and them knowing your work ethic.
Wow. I think that's an amazing piece of advice. This is the first time we are creating this kind of content online because we have seen lots of online content and no one is talking about this kind of stuff. And that's the reason you need to subscribe our channel. That's the reason you have to share this content with your friends and family members and also educate them about studying US. Also you can educate them why they have to contact the professor, why they have to reach out to professor while they are studying on campus or while they are studying in any university. It's not about Dayton, it's about all universities, right? Now what what are the gaps you have seen when students are coming from India? They are coming with the different expectations, or and can you share and light on that? Like because maybe you are interacting with lots of international students specifically from India.
Sure.
What kind of expectation they are bringing on campus while they are attending the university? Because to be frank, in India we haven't seen the large campuses. Only few university have the large campuses. We haven't seen any white faces or any American or maybe other you can say about diversity culture, and they may have the different expectation because Indian students have seen American on TV, maybe on Netflix. So, can you give us an idea like what the expectation when they are reaching to the campus? Are they hungry? Are they are enthusiastic? Maybe they are nervous.
Yes, absolutely. So, number one, we love when our Indian students come to campus because they are always willing to reach out to our offices. So, I think that is first and foremost very important. So, my first piece of advice is make sure that you're using your resources on campus. So, whether that is our Shorelight office on campus through Dayton Global, that is a first stop for you. And then in our engineering program in our office in the dean's office is another great stop for you. So, please, number one, take advantage of your resources. Two, get outside your comfort zone. So first, you're already outside of your comfort zone by coming to the United States. So that is number one, commendable in itself. But keep pushing yourself while you're here. You want to meet new people, try new things. And it's okay to always bring a friend with you. So bring a friend with you and try new things. That would be my second piece of advice.
Wow. And like, as you mentioned about the comfort zone, can you share some experience? Maybe students are coming with you and telling you that I don't like this and that. Maybe you have the experience, or maybe you have some story.
Yes, so this is a simple,
Yeah.
easy example. So I had a graduate assistant from India,
Okay.
and she kept asking me, why is the water cold everywhere when we drink it, right? So I had to help show her where we could find water that wasn't cold when it comes out of a fountain. So that may sound very simple, right? But it's easy to help solve that problem. We'll get a lot of students come to us too with saying, why does my professor keep asking me to contribute in the
Yes,
classroom, right? And so having some conversations around the American style of classroom, and that your professor does want you to engage in conversation and to even challenge or question, right? That's encouraged and okay to do. Oftentimes students will have questions or concerns around group projects. And so the whole, all of our engineering coursework, a lot of it is based on group work, right? And how do you be a positive contributor to the group work and do that? And so there are things that it's okay to ask, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And it's okay to not know what you don't know, right? It's a new culture, it's a new environment. And so coming with us, and then always coming to ask for like good food recommendations and where can you find, and we can connect you with either information that we've collected from other students from India or get you in touch with other students from India.
And also one important thing I would like to ask, like how many students come to you and telling you, then asking you like, how can I get the jobs?
Everyone. Yes, absolutely everyone. And I think that's important, right? That's why you're getting this degree. And so that's where we will work with you to make sure that you're working from day one with both our engineering co-op and internship office, as well as our career services office, right? And so it's just like the analogy that we used with the faculty that are teaching your courses. You need to interact early so that you are ready when the opportunity comes, right? It's the same thing with looking for CPT or OPT placement. You need to start developing the relationships with employers now. In the United States, networking is a really big thing with finding your employment. You can't just expect to apply and get a job. You have to network. And we help facilitate that process. And we have relationships with hundreds of employers through our engineering school that want to hire our international students.
Wow. I think there's a great advice I can say about it, and the way you are nurturing the students, the way your institute is helping students is amazing. I want your clear thoughts and clear advice, because parents are coming to us, students is also visiting us, and they are asking, it is advisable to do a job in first year. If what's your take on that?
Sure, a campus job.
On-campus job, on campus job.
Yeah, on-campus job. And so my advice would be the same as for any of our first-year students. It is great to have an on-campus job. We'd like you to, during your first semester, try and only work 5 or 6 hours a week so that you are able to get settled into the university, get settled into your coursework, and then you can easily add more hours later. We don't want you to take on too much at once. Is it possible to get a campus job in your first semester? Absolutely, yes.
Okay, great. How many credits international students, undergraduate students need to take in their first semester?
Sure. In the first semester, it'll be between 15 and 16 credit hours, depending on your program in engineering.
Okay. And can you give me a clear understanding and clear idea, like the moment student land to US, what is the first step they have to do?
Sure. So the first step that they would do is they would be in contact with our Shorelight office on campus, who would help facilitate pickup for the students. They will greet them upon arrival, and they will hand walk them through all of the steps that they need to do to get settled into campus.
Wow.
They also have a very robust orientation program, and part of that orientation also involves the academic units as well. So you'll get to meet people that are involved for us in your engineering program. Right away, you'll get to meet with your academic advisor, or if you're a graduate student, with your graduate program director. But they make the process very easy for you.
Wow. I think that's a great thing, because the moment you land US and you have a support, I think that's a fantastic thing for parents and students as well. Can you tell me some unique program, undergraduate program at Dayton University?
Sure. One of our growing areas is in semiconductor manufacturing. So that is one of our newer minors that we have through our electrical and computer engineering department. In fact, Intel is investing multi-billion dollars in the Ohio area in semiconductors.
Oh, wow.
And they're partnering with the University of Dayton on workforce development as well. So we have a new 5G lab that we just opened up
Wow.
inside of our School of Engineering building. And we'll be helping to educate our students for that opportunity specifically.
Right. Okay, so the students, if you are interested in electrical engineering, semiconductor is the future. And if you like to do a minor or maybe a major, I think University of Dayton is the fantastic university for you, because Intel is also investing nearby area, and maybe you will get the full-time job very easily, because they are I think US we have seen that top-notch company hiring students from the same locations. That's the first preference.
And
Right.
that is Intel's is their whole objective with partnering with the university is they want students to start working as co-ops and interns and turning into full-time employees.
Great. Also, we have seen and we have talked with lots of students, and they are so much enthusiastic about the co-op CPT internship. I want you to reveal everything about CPT internships, and does the student get the credit or not, and when they are eligible to apply for CPT internships and co-ops.
Yes. So students will have to wait till after their first year to be eligible to do CPT. And we have in your first semester of your sophomore year, our co-op and internship office for all of our students, including our international students, does a seminar that lasts the entire semester that is getting ready for those job placements specifically.
Right.
And so they will be bringing employers to campus to interview. We partner with Career Services for the career fair. And again, we have one employee in that office that works specifically with our international students
Okay.
to make sure that they're prepared for CPT and facilitating relationships with companies that are interested in hiring with CPT.
Right. And how many CPTs international student can opt at your university?
So you can do full-time during the summers, or you can do part-time while still maintaining a full academic
Full
load
academic load,
during
yeah.
the school year.
School year, yes.
Anything that you do full-time over the summer will cut into your OPT time after graduation. That's at any university.
Any university.
And so some students will just opt to do the part-time CPT during the school year to save all of their time
All of the
for
time,
OPT after.
Right. Okay. Now let's jump into the grad program. What are the top grade program you are providing at Dayton, University of Dayton?
Yes, so some of our most popular graduate programs are our engineering management program. That's kind of like a MBA for engineers, right? So that is very popular. Our civil engineering masters, and particularly with a concentration in construction is very
yes.
popular,
Yes.
as well as our mechanical engineering program.
Right. Okay. You guys have any industrial engineering program?
We have that at the undergrad level. We have industrial engineering technology. So students that are interested in that pathway will typically do industrial engineering technology, move into our engineering management master's program, and then we
Right.
have a systems engineering PhD program.
Oh, okay. I think that's great, amazing informations. Okay. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about the engineering management? Like, what kind of students do engineering management?
Yeah, so it's students that really have a passion for combining business and engineering together. And so what the engineering management graduate level program will do, will give you the business skills to allow you to go on to do things like own your own company, be a manager in a company, be an entrepreneur, but really focusing on how can you focus on the business side of engineering. What's great about that combination is with having your engineering undergraduate degree, you have the technical knowledge and skills to be able to work in a technical field while focusing on business development, while focusing on quality, Lean Six Sigma, opening your own
Operation
business,
management and
operation
everything.
management,
Yes.
supply chain
management,
all of
logistics,
those.
everything, right?
Yes.
And how many credit is needed to complete the post-graduation program or master degree?
Yes, so it'll be 30 credits.
30 credits, right?
And we have options at our master's level programs to do either thesis-based work or just coursework. So you
Okay.
can do fully just coursework, or you can do a thesis option.
Okay. Now, can you give me a clear understanding between the thesis and non-thesis?
Yeah, sure. So most students, if you're interested in going to work into industry, are going to choose the non-thesis option.
Yes.
If you're interested in furthering your education with a PhD, or you're interested in working in heavy on the research side within a company, students will often opt for the thesis side.
Right. So that means the non-thesis called the course-based, and the thesis called the thesis-based program.
Correct.
Right. And if any student would like to switch from thesis to non-thesis and thesis to coursework, it's possible.
It is possible, but you would need to decide that after your first year, because in your
Okay.
second year program is when the thesis coursework would start.
Right. And like as you have an amazing woman program or woman empowerment or the STEM in women program in undergrad, how about the grade?
Yeah, so same thing. Our graduate students participate along with our undergraduate
Okay,
students as well. And
okay.
oftentimes our graduate students are serving as mentors for our undergraduate students. Our graduate students are also heavily involved in our Society of Women Engineers, which is a national organization. We take students to the national conferences each year, and it's a great place for our graduate students to showcase their research. They have a large career fair, and they have a lot of professional development sessions. And so that's a great opportunity for our graduate students.
Right. And engineering is all about the practical stuff, because we have seen, if you do any kind of engineering, the lots of practical approach of learning is there. And what kind of facilities or laboratories your university have to support international students?
Yes, absolutely. So we are an R1 research institute. Or School of Engineering along with our University of Dayton Research Institute. And so we have top-notch labs on campus for our students to become engaged in. And so what we really encourage our graduate students to do as they're considering our programs is to look at all of our faculty profiles to see what areas of research they're interested in, and that can help us direct to what labs they're interested in.
Okay.
So it might, for instance, be our state-of-the-art biomechanics lab. It might be our aerospace engineering areas. It might be our civil engineering or engineering mechanics. We are number one in the nation, in the United States, for materials research. So
Okay.
that is a very popular area as well.
Oh, okay. That's first time I'm hearing that, I'm listening, or maybe I'm getting that material science, right?
Materials engineering.
Materials engineering. Okay. And it's globally ranked, or?
For research dollars, number one in the United States.
United States. Okay. Material engineering. I think that's a good, and I think the students who have completed the chemical engineering, material science, maybe environmental engineering, you can take this course at University of Dayton. And material engineering is very popular nowadays because it's material engineering is using in different industries. We have seen in semiconductor, maybe seen the drugs and delivery and lots of things. I think that's a fantastic program. And if you like to apply this program, comment Dayton into chat box and we will provide you entire detail. Now, let's talk about the engineering skills. Like you are maybe you are talking with lots of recruiter. Maybe you are talking with lots of industrial leader. What are the top 3 skills they are looking in an engineer?
Yep. So number one, they want you to be technically competent. So you can check that box off at the University of Dayton. You will become a technically competent engineer. Number 2, they want someone who can think outside of the box, right? So not just give the standard solution.
Right.
We also do that at the University of Dayton. We teach you how to think in ways that question and not just assume that something is correct, right? So we're always thinking and looking to verify that the answers we are getting are the correct answers. And number 3, you need to have the soft skills, right? So you need to be able to communicate, you need to be able to interface with clients, and they're looking for someone that has those skills.
Okay, great. I think that's great and amazing advice for all the international students. If you are in India and planning to study engineering in USA, and if you are in USA and planning to get jobs, I think these are the top 3 skills you require to be successful in any company, because company is now looking at the diversified skills apart from having a technical skills. And a University of Dayton is providing all the skills by educations, by career services, and mentoring you as well. So I think this is a fantastic opportunity for all the international students. As we are seeing that AI is changing everything, right? In your experience, what are the top 3 courses student can opt for futuristic job?
Yes. So through our electrical and computer engineering department, they're doing AI integration into their coursework.
Okay.
And also through our mechanical engineering program. So those are two key areas where we're looking at integrating the study of AI right now.
Okay. And can you give me can you give me an idea like what will be the future courses will be, because generative
Yeah.
AI is there and lots of related to AI.
Yeah, so right now utilizing machine learning, right? And so we have a great vision lab that incorporates with students having the opportunity to work in there with machine learning. And so I think AI is going to become particularly important in any engineering career moving into the future, even careers that you may not be thinking about. So for example, like civil engineering, you may think, well, what am I going to use AI with for civil engineering? It's easier to think about it with like electrical and computer engineering. But even with civil engineering, looking into virtual reality, right, and augmentation and using that with your design.
Right. Okay. Now, if you talk about engineering, then do you provide any biomedical engineering, biotechnology engineering, that kind of program at your university?
Yeah, so we have a concentration in biomedical engineering through the master's level through our chemical and materials engineering program.
Okay. Chemical and material engineering program with the concentration in
In
bioengineering.
bioengineering.
Okay.
Correct.
And does your university accept 15 years of education?
Yes, we accept that.
Okay. Today we have an amazing guest on our podcast, Director of Engineering at University of Dayton. Today we have discussed a lot about engineering programs. Actually, we most of the time we discuss about students' top 3 programs, students' problem, parents' problem. But in few case, uh, we are getting the guests who are from the engineering department, and we get the privilege to ask them a different question regarding the engineering, because actually a director of the engineering always give us a good feedback about the students, because they are the mentor of the students in their entire 4 year. If you are doing undergraduate, if you are doing master degree, the director of engineering will be always with you for 2 years. They are your mentor, they are your lens during these 2 years. This podcast is for all the students who are doing a bachelor degree in India. This podcast is for all the students who are doing 12th PCM in India, because currently 12th PCM exam is already over. Lots of people are going to clear their JEE examinations, and some of the students are not clearing the JEE examination, and they just got confused what to do. I think University Dayton engineering program is the amazing program. Intel is also investing in University of Dayton semiconductor department. They have a lots of labs for in field of engineering like mechanical, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, and lots of material engineering. I think that's an amazing program they guys are offering. And today we have discussed a lot about the engineering stuff. Also, women in STEM. That's the upcoming word and the buzzword in the industries. University of Dayton is taking a leadership in this program, like women in STEM. They have a dedicated program. They have dedicated cohort where they are training women for STEM designated program. Also, we have discussed a lot about the top skills required in industries for an engineer. In sum, I can say about it, this is a fantastic podcast for all the students and parents. Students, if you're planning to study in USA, this is a must watch podcast. Parents, if you're planning to send your kids to US, this is also must watch podcast. And for all engineer, this is for you. And it's a humble request that we have seen lots of people are watching our podcast, but they are not subscribing our channel. By subscribing our channel, you are going we are getting good motivations, and we get motivation to provide you more good content. Then please go ahead and subscribe and watch this podcast till the end. And if you have any questions, just make a comment in the chat box and we will give you an answer. And we will also if you would like to talk to any of the university representative, we will definitely give you their contact information where you can able to reach out and ask and solve your problem. Thank you so much.